Rain, rain, go away, volume 1, daddy. Cut! That's a wrap, folks. Great job, everybody. We will be back on set tomorrow at 7 a.m., the director said. Sarah, walking off stage, gets called over by the film director. We changed a few of your lines, he says. Sarah, being in rush for a date, grabs the new lines, not reading it, hops in her car. She puts the papers in her glove box. She pulls up to a fancy restaurant. The parking valley people are there to greet her and take her car. She tips the guy $100 bill. Walking in, her date was already seated at a table waiting for her. Amanda, Sarah's date, stands up when spotting her. They hug and kiss each other on the cheek, admiring each other's dresses and jewelry. Amanda moves her chair back so Sarah can sit down and scooches her in. They sit, staring into each other's eyes from across the table. The waiter brings them a bottle of Armand Brickney Brut Gold. As the waiter takes their orders, Sarah orders lobster rolls. Amanda orders grilled lobster tails with lemon and herb butter. As they wait for their food, Amanda tells Sarah her divorce with her husband will be final in 2 weeks, and she is very happy to close that chapter in her life. Looking forward to something new and better, she says as she reaches across the table, touching Sarah's hand. Sarah smiles as she takes a sip of champagne. When was the last time you talked to him? Sarah asks. A few days ago, she responded. He needs to get the rest of his stuff out the garage, but he's being a prick. Either way, I have movers on standby, just in case he doesn't come and get it. Amanda reassures Sarah she has nothing to worry about. They eat dinner and have a wonderful time, talking about their jobs and adopting kids if they ever was to get to that point in their life. Amanda asks Sarah if she would like to come over to her place or grab her hotel. Sarah says, I'll follow you to your home. I live 40 minutes away from here. She texts her the address, just in case they lose each other. Sarah had to stop and get gas. She pulls up to the house 5 minutes after Amanda. Amanda is already at the door with a glass of wine and her robe on. Sarah walks in the door, looking at how high the ceiling is and admiring the nice chandeliers. Follow me, Amanda said. Walking up the stairs halfway, she slips off her robe, showing off her red lingerie. I wish my booty looked like that and jiggled like that, Sarah thought, as she walks up the last little bit of steps. As they walk into the master bedroom, Sarah sees a stripper pole in the room. Amanda puts her drink down, motioning her to come to her. Sarah gets on top, kissing her with passion. Amanda lifting up her Sarah's dress, leaving her with just light blue and bra and panties on. Amanda puts her fingers inside of her. As she flips her over, she removes her hand and licks the juices off her fingers. You taste good, she says, licking her lips. A few minutes later, Sarah finds herself being tied to a bed, her arms stretched out, her legs spread wide apart. Tied down on the bed, Amanda grabs a blue bottle of arousal serum, applying a few drops on her fingers and then rubbing Sarah's clit and letting it sit. She can feel her kitty starting to tingle and get real warm. Amanda pulls out a 15-inch dildo and says, I'm daddy. Sarah's eyes widen, but couldn't move, remembering she was tied down. Amanda notices it like she's about to scream. She puts a red ball in her mouth and straps the back of her head. She slowly puts the dildo in her, stroking just the head inside at first, working more inches and slowly but casually with every few strokes. Sarah's leg starts to shake. Amanda drips more of that arousal serum on Sarah's clit as she rubs it in, stimulating, giving her a tingle and great pleasure. With only 8 inches inside, Sarah in her head is wondering what she got herself into, but she was loving it, feeling the pleasure and pain. She wanted to be slutted out. Thinking it was all over and she was going to get untied, Amanda rubs oil and lotions on Sarah's breast. She leaves for a second and then comes back with ice, licking her roller and placing the ice on her nipples. Sarah felt a certain sensation she never felt before, feeling waves and vibration come over her body. Amanda sucking on her breast, holding ice on her nipples, adding few pinches was all Sarah needed. She came so hard. Realizing she just had her first breast orgasm, she was drained. After it all was said and done, Sarah wanted to stay, but had to study her lines. Amanda walked Sarah to her car. With just her robe on, they French kissed deeply, leaning on the car. As they say goodnight, Amanda walks back to the house. and Sarah opens her glove box and grabs her lines, seeing what changes they made. Amanda, looking back, sees Sarah wiping her tears from her face. To be continued. Rain, Rain, Go Away, Volume 1, Daddy. Cut! That's a wrap, folks. Great job, everybody. We will be back on set tomorrow at 7 a.m., the director said. Sarah, walking off stage, gets